I am on tour. You can see all my tour dates at KristinChirico.com. You can also sign up for my mailing list at KristinChirico.com. Please sign up for the mailing list. That's how I know where to go.
And come see us in San Diego. I am hosting for Kristin on March 1st at Mic Drop San Diego.
Okay, so let's talk. So I think like what we should do is we'll give this as homework for people.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about this. Your homework was to read the GQ June 2011 profile of Chris Evans. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about it. GQ put out a profile of Chris Evans in June 2011 that was like a bombshell blockbuster profile to basically give you kind of a summary in case you didn't do the homework. The writer, Edith Zimmerman, basically like went on just, for lack of a better way to put it, a series of adventures with Chris Evans. She goes to a bar with him. They get drunk together. They later on, she ends up going out with him some more. She ends up at his house.
She's too drunk to go home, so she has to sleep at his house.
She's sleeping at his house. I should stress that like, he's a perfect gentleman. He is not in any way inappropriate.
Creepy, It's
not creepy. This is just she goes on like a fun adventure with him, and then like later on, he invites her out to a party, and she goes to the party with him. It's like it's basically like, for lack of a better way of putting it, she basically writes real life self-insert Mary Sue fan fiction, except it's real. It happened. It really happened. And then she kind of explores like who he is as someone who might be, I guess for lack of a better way of putting it, casually dating him.
Yeah.
At the time, this was a very controversial profile.
I was going to ask you.
It was a very controversial profile at the time. I should say up front, my feelings on this profile is that it's a fucking masterwork. I think it's incredible.
Really?
I think it's phenomenal. I think it's like one of the best profiles ever done. I think it's phenomenal.
I love the level of self-awareness she had in it too.
Yes,
because I think that oftentimes when you read celebrity profiles, there is a level of like snark and like hit that's like underneath it.
Yeah.
And I think this was so fun and was such a fun adventure as we were reading through it that I was like, I really loved her level of self-awareness.
We should just read the first, let's just read the first paragraph, because I think the first paragraph gives you a sense of what this is. Yeah. So in italics, in quotation marks, it starts with Chris Evans' pecs. How do they feel? Like smooth stone from the souvenir shop? ... is the instant message that pops up on my computer one Monday morning in April. My friend Kyle follows it up with a link to the gossip pages of the New York Daily News. I am being described as the quote-unquote mystery maiden Evans introduced to his mother at a premiere party. We held hands, the paper is reporting, quote-unquote, in a flirty manner. And he even placed, quote-unquote, one of them on his chest. Oh. When I started working on this profile, I decided on a quote-unquote say yes to everything, try to be cool approach, with the idea that maybe I'd capture something real about the star of Captain America: The First Avenger, or as real as could be hoped for, faked in the time we had together. But in the days since my first interview with Chris Evans, I drunk myself under the table, snuck out of his house at 5:30 in the morning, bummed a ride home off of a, I'm not going to use that word because we don't use it anymore, but trans person, been teased mercilessly in front of his mother, and now this bit in the paper. I don't remember touching his chest, which is too bad. And it starts from there. It's like...
Which is an insane way to start a profile.
What a phenomenal way to start. It was very controversial at the time. People were very like, people were very like pearl clutchy about it. They were very like, this is so unprofessional. I emphatically disagree. I think this is one of the best pieces of magazine writing of the 2010s. I think it's a phenomenal profile. I think it reveals so much that's interesting that we would not know about both the subject and the writer, and sort of the nature of celebrity itself. Yeah. I think it's entertaining. Yeah. I think it's funny. I think it's self-aware. Yeah. I think like, I don't know, obviously I don't know this person who wrote this. I don't know how she feels about this article. I don't know if like it makes her, because she is sober now. So like, I don't know like if
she looks back on this with a certain level of
so I don't know how she feels about it, but for my thought, I think this profile fucking slaps. I think it holds up so well. I read it every year. It's so entertaining. It also was like a very seminal moment in celebrity journalism in the 2010s because it launched a bunch of copycat profiles like it.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So like there is another one that kind of is in the same tone of like, what if I just like, I think like they started pitching these because like what happened was this profile was huge for Chris Evans. It really launched him as a star because people could envision themselves as this woman. Yeah. They could envision like, what would it be like to be Chris Evans's girlfriend, which is like such a critical part of creating like the
celebrity,
celebrity, the parasocial type of relationship with someone that like that makes a celebrity happen. And so like there were sort of like a number of like kind of copycat like profiles like this. Like there's one with Channing Tatum that where like I think like the person went with them out to like Joshua Tree. It's like it's not as good.
No, nothing will ever, because this is real.
And then I think like elements of this type of celebrity profile reporting where like we sort of see the writer in the context of the story sort of appear in other celebrity profiles. Like there is, and to honestly to not always positive effect.
Right.
Like there is a profile of Miles Teller that someone did in the mid-2010s that kind of ruined his career, that kind of ended his career. Because Miles Teller is rude to a server in like the opening lines of it. Yeah. So like, in this, I think like these types of celebrity profiles were very like indicative of like the types of writing that was happening for magazines at the time, which was like very like self-experiential. Like this is what it was like when I experienced this. Yeah. And like, you know, I'm saying this from the perspective of someone who wrote things like this.
Right.
Who wrote very like, this is what it's like to do this.
Yeah.
Except for the celebrity profile, what it was this is what it's like to spend fucking 48 hours with Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Like, so like this was a really important piece of magazine writing. It's also just, it holds up so well, except for it does use the word, I'm not going to say the word, but it does use a slightly outdated word for transgender person.
Yeah.
A number of times. But besides that, man, it's a banger.
Yeah. It was, I mean, what I loved about it was I was like, oh, I can, like you put it so perfectly. I can put myself in her shoes and imagine what 48 Hours with Chris Evans would be like. And I also think too, imagine what 48 Hours with Chris Evans would to be like as a civilian. That I think is also,
it makes you think like, hey, I could be Chris Evans's girlfriend.
Right. Yeah. Like I could walk amongst the stars and the lights, and it wouldn't be abnormal.
I know.
It would be fun.
I've been harassing you. So I've been harassing Jesse to read this profile for like, I want to say like a month and a half now. I'm like,
I know. I know. And I needed to.
But I was just like, you have to read this. I promise you it's good.
Also, Sunny McLean's is like an Irish pub right by my best friend's house. So it was even more fun for me. It like, that was her grandfather's dive bar that he like drunk himself to death in.
That's dark.
So I was like, oh yeah, I know that bar. Picked up Gramps from there a few times. Like, so I knew exactly where this was. I could envision myself in there. Also, too, just the whole, there's something like him saying, like, Edith, I would have never expected somebody named Edith to be in their early 30s and, like, the same age. Yeah. Like, he was like, I was like, picturing you in your 60s or whatever. And, like, I've had that reaction with people when they're like, oh, I didn't realize you spell your name like the boy. I often think that without knowing you or looking you up, you're going to be a man.
Yeah.
And then they meet me and they go, oh no, you're a woman. And there were so many ways that I could put myself in her shoes through this that I was like.
You can see it evolving. Like, you can see it starts like, oh, they're interviewing. And then like, honestly, like around a third of the way through it, you're just like, are they going to get together?
I thought they were.
You're just like, are they going to like, you truly are, you're in it. Cause it's like, it's now becoming like a,
I really wanted them to.
I did too. Everyone did. Because
really
like you know, like it's like halfway through there's a thing where like it's like we both drank too much and said too much. I never opened the notebook of questions I brought with me, and it just feels there's like a magic to it.
Yeah,
it's like I think like at the time when this came out, people were like, because I feel like there's sort of a negative stereotype of like female journalists like quote unquote sleeping with their subjects, and I think that like. I understand where, you know, that A, that criticism comes from, and B, where that stereotype comes from. But I think that like equating this with like sleeping with like the fucking head of Monsanto to like find out like who they're poisoning or like whatever, or like sleeping with like the fucking like the press secretary of the FBI. I think that's different. Not that, also I should be clear, she does not, nothing inappropriate happens here.
No, yeah,
but I think
none that we're aware of or that is like mentioned in the article.
Nothing inappropriate happens here. Nothing. It's completely above the board. But I think that like this is very different. This is a different kind of writing, right? This is magazine writing.
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying, it's more artistic than it is informative.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at it from that perspective, what an artistic achievement.
And I think also too, in its breaking of the fourth wall, it is such an artistic achievement because we are mentioning publicists. We are talking about the profile in its larger connotation throughout the article, and he's speaking about it and how his publicist is going to perceive it. There's so many ways in which we're breaking the fourth wall that we never see in these type of profiles. That's so special. And brings that level of realness to it.
Exactly. And to talk about like kind of inside baseball about stuff like this, like the difference between a celebrity profile and a celebrity interview is a celebrity interview is you ask someone questions, they give you answers. In a celebrity profile, you have to get other sources. So you have to ask other people about this person you're profiling. Like, you know, in this case, like she talks to his mother, she talks to people at Marvel, she talks to his friends, she talks to like, you know, you get like other sources. So it's not just like, you're not just interviewing one person. And I think that like the way that the other sources find themselves becoming parts of this story, like his mother shows up. His mother becomes a part of this. Like his mother, like at one point is like, she's here too. It just, it's so immersive. It's so fun. It's so like, I mean, I can't even imagine how many magazines this sold. I don't even know why. I don't know why it's not paywalled. Like I paywall this for fuck's sake. Like it's so good. I just, I think that like, they interview the guy who directed Captain America.
Joe Jaw.
Because you have to keep in mind at this point, Chris Evans he's a movie star.
But not, and this is literally like the night before his life changes.
Oh yeah, this was like kind of the spark that sort of like lit his life changing.
Like they couldn't have gone to Sonny McLean and drank themselves under a table. Today.
No, absolutely not. And like I think he was, you know, obviously by this point he's in movies because he was in Fantastic Four,
right?
Like you know, so he's like maybe like a B-list movie star,
but someone who can walk outside his house, like he's not being hounded.
Definitely, he's like a B-list movie star. He's like he's a guy, but he's not quite there yet. This was like right before he became like an A+++ list movie star, like one of the biggest movie stars in the world. And I think that like it sort of took I think that it's very difficult, I think, as a publicist to take someone who is a movie star and make them human. I bet his publicist read this and was just like,
that's what I was gonna ask.
Oh my God. I bet I would have just my job is done for me. Someone literally.
I think if knowing that I've been a publicist though,
you can't buy this.
You can't buy this, but the way that publicists operate, I feel like this would have scared them a little bit. I think this would have scared them because it's too real. Because people can take different interpretations of it. They want clean cut. This is good. There's nothing that anyone can take away from it or have any sort of extrapolation beyond this is what's on the page. It is good.
Interesting.
There was risk in this.
It's possible,
artistic risk.
It's possible I'm looking at this profile from like a 2026 perspective and not a 2011 perspective.
I think, and I also just think too, working in PR for so long. I think the reaction the public had would have soothed any sort of concern. But reading it off the get, there were conversations in the back room going, oh shit, we gotta be watching Twitter after this because this could go either way.
Like this profile walked, so like Hudson Williams dancing on every single person in New York could run. Like this was,
and so that their press tour could run.
Like this was like this was sort of the proto. This was like kind of the proto model for parasocial relationships with celebrities. Because like keep in mind this is also 2011, so like Twitter exists, but it doesn't exist in like its peak format yet. Like it's not the mid 2010s. So like, you know, and also Instagram doesn't really exist yet either.
No.
So like, and also Insta stories don't exist. TikTok like we there are not that many windows into celebrities' lives at this particular point in time.
It's manicured.
It's very manicured. So like obviously I realize I'm looking at this from like a very like 2026, like you have Instagram, you have I don't know, Threads or Blue Sky, depending on how leftist you are. Like, there's like a lot of different ways that you can sort of like communicate with your public in some way, shape, or form. This was kind of before all those things were sort of expected of celebrities, and so like this was like somebody punched a hole in the Berlin, the very first hole in the Berlin Wall, and got a look in, and it was revelatory, and I think that like this probably showed many publicists the power of this kind of work and what it could do for famous people. Yeah,
and going, okay, maybe it doesn't have to be so, the veneer doesn't have to be so shiny. It doesn't have to be so clean cut. You can let off the reins a little bit and let the writer, you know, and I think also to a testament to Chris Evans, I think he's actually, from this, you know, I don't know this guy, who knows, he could be, you know, a monster, but from what I'm reading from this, if we're just going to use this and what we know about him now, he seems like a genuine guy.
He seems to be fine.
He seems to be fine.
I mean, listen, he's been really famous for like 16 years and we don't, nothing's happened. So I think he's probably fine.
He's probably fine. Yeah. So like a testament for a publicist, like let your client do the work.
Yeah.
Like let them shine.
And he even mentions it. Like if you scroll up a little bit, he mentions his despite his publicist specifically telling him not to, he invited me to come to his going away party.
Yeah. My poor publicist, he said.
She knows I like to drink. She was like, please don't drink too much. Please just don't drink too much. You're going to take this person out and they're going to ruin you. And it's like, no, this person actually made his career. This person made his career. Like it's like, and also at one point,
whose baby?
Yeah, what's so weird? It's a photo of him with a baby. Whose baby is that? It's so odd.
It's so odd.
It's probably not a real baby. They probably photoshopped it in.
I hope so.
I like.
That was one photo I was like, I don't like that. I don't like the baby at all.
It's so sorry. I'm like rereading this. It's so funny. It's. Oh, so here's the thing about Voyeur. That's actually a club I've been to in LA. It doesn't exist anymore, I don't think. So like, and I remember at the time being like, oh, that's a club I've been to. I was like, I've been to Voyeur. This is like 16 years ago. This is when I went to clubs. Oh fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say about this. I got too sucked into reading it again because it's so good.
It's so good. It's so good. You should, if you haven't read it, definitely take a look before it's put behind a paywall because it's fucking phenomenal.
It probably never will be because it's like a 16-year-old article.
Yeah, one other thing I should mention about Chris Evans. He's the greatest person I've ever met in my life, which is what I told him I'd say in this article. If he gave me back the leather jacket, I accidentally left at his house, and he did.
Great ending. Great ending.
Chef's kiss.
So good. But you genuinely reading this, you genuinely are like, are we about to read about a GQ writer fucking Chris Evans?
I wish.
You literally, it's like the whole time, like, and that's what I think celebrity profiles lacked before this moment.
Yeah.
Stakes.
Yeah.
Because generally speaking, a celebrity profile doesn't have stakes.
No, it doesn't.
Because why would it?
Yeah.
Because like you don't think like, oh, something might happen. You think, oh, this is going to be just sort of me learning about a person.
Yeah.
Instead you're like, oh, this is a story. It's a whole adventure. If for some reason you've gone this far, you haven't read it, I would absolutely read it. I think it's really good. I think
there's also this one. Let's maintain a healthy amount of respect for what we're talking about here, Chris says. This is why I hate myself in interviews. All of a sudden you stop and you're like, Chris, how dare you? I don't live in Darfur. I have both legs.
Yeah, he's very self-effacing in this.
Yeah.
He comes off very well.
Yeah, yeah. Which also, crazy sentence.
I know.
I
actually, you know what? I really...
It's a crazy sentence.
Let's back up. You're right. That is a weird, what a weird thing to say. I cannot believe you said that.
I have both legs.
What the hell does that mean?
And everyone was like,
and I was too. Yeah. You literally read that to me and I was like, what a genius. Like, fuck. Even, and reading that now, I'm like, what an odd thing to say, Chris.
Yeah, what an odd thing to say.
People got away with a lot. I think, like, but yeah, it's
That's why I'm saying the publicists were probably like,
but that is to say, I don't know how this writer feels about this article now. Yeah. I do say that
I'd be curious.
I don't know if she hates it or if she feels badly about it. I personally think it's a really, really, I think it holds up really well. I've made clear my feelings about how I think it's really good. What is your craziest hear me out?
As I mentioned, my taste in men is pretty eclectic.
What is your craziest hear me out?
Ethan Slater.
Okay. All right.
He's talented.
Sure.
I am all for giving short kings a chance, even though historically I have been really against it on every public platform.
Okay.
I really like that he's talented and he sings. I think he also I think he's just talented and he sings. And I think also, too, when you're that height, I think I'm also 5'3", so I feel like he could really lay it down in bed. I also have a theory that all gingers have really large cocks.
You have a theory?
Yeah.
What is this theory based on?
Experience.
Experience?
Experience. Historically speaking, they have had much larger cocks than I would have anticipated.
You done? I hate this man so much.
Why do you hate Ethan Slater?
He left his wife and baby.
Oh, yeah, that part.
He left his wife and baby. He ruined 2 lives. He left his wife. Nope. You got a little greedy. Yeah. You got a little greedy. Shouldn't have had that baby. If you were going to act like that. Got a little fucking, I don't know. Whenever a man gets a little too big for his position, I'm just kind of like.
You played Bach. Chill the fuck out.
Like, it's like, oh, are there other movies you're going to be in?
No. But I do like a talented actor. I mean, I think that's part of it.
They're going to be together for like 5 more seconds.
Yeah. He was at her SNL performance.
Sure. For now. I'm
not good at Crazies Hear Me Out because, like, I don't have.
This is a crazy Hear Me Out. You are good at it because this is crazy. You did the assignment. The assignment was pick someone that I would be like, are you out of your freaking mind?
Yeah, I just think he could really lay it down in a way that people weren't anticipating. And if I'm really calibrating on like what is crazy about it, I feel like with most men, I also have this thing where I look at most men and I'm like, I think I know what your dick size is going to be, and that's a big thing for me. I feel like I can like I usually am like I'm like a beautiful mind with cocks, like just like I can really just like extrapolate what we're going to be looking at. And I think that people would be really surprised by what Ethan Slater's packing. And thus, I think...
I just don't... I mean, that's just not how...
Aside the babe, I mean, but move that...
I've moved on to other things.
We're just talking about...
I just don't... I don't know. I think that you and I process men very differently. Like, and I think, like, because a part of me is like, I don't think about things like height or dick size. Like, that's not, like, something that, like... And I think it's because I've been having a lot of gay sex for a long time.
It's fair.
And so my brain isn't like, oh, the dick has got... If there's no dick, then broken. Because it's like, no, like, actually, like...
There's a lot of different ways.
At the end of the day, the dick is not really... the dick is a supporting character. It's not really... It's, it's
supporting actor.
It's supporting actor, if that, best cameo. It's like not... It's not critical to the experience for me.
Totally.
I don't really think of dicks as being critical to sex anymore.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's, I mean, it kind of, saying like, I've got the biggest dick is like, okay, you have the prize pig at the fair. Like, okay, great. I mean, I don't really know how that's going to help me, a person who only gets off with vibrators. So like, I just kind of like.
No, that's fair. Yeah, no,
I don't, it's, wow, you tell I've had a beer and a half. This is why I don't drink when I'm shooting podcasts, because I say too much and then we have to cut. And then I'm like, fuck, this episode's only 30 minutes long because I said too much in the middle.
No, we didn't know.
No, it's fine. I don't really care about that.
No, I think Ethan Slater, look, he could be like, dancing through life on this pussy. Like, it would be.
It's not even his song.
But he could. Also, hot take, I think he would have been a better Fiyero than Jonathan.
You were out of your mind. No, what are you talking about?
He would have been a better Fiyero.
No, he would.
He would have been a better Fiyero. I had a problem with him being a Fiyero.
I did
not like it. I did not like him as a Fiyero. I saw Adam Lambert on Broadway as a Fiyero, and I bought him as a straight man more than I bought Jonathan. It was too much. Too much. Too much. I need to buy that you are in love with Elphaba, and I didn't buy it.
Oh, you and I disagree on this.
I did not buy it. I saw Adam Lambert sing his little tonsils out on Broadway, and I bought Adam Lambert as a straight Fiyero more than I bought Jonathan.
Did you see? Have you seen the episode? Have you seen his season of Bridgerton?
No.
Okay. You know what? You're right. We are going to watch Bridgerton. I wasn't sold until just now, but now there's a reason. We're going to fucking watch Bridgerton.
Fine.
You need to watch this season. You need to watch.
But we're not talking about him in Bridgerton. We're talking about him in Wicked.
But I'm saying that I won't tolerate this. You're bananas. He's not.
I love that we're fighting about this.
Ethan Slater, this might be like the worst opinion you have. Ethan Slater is like fucking.
I would have bought him as
he's a Butterfinger bar left in a drain. He's just like, I just look at him.
I would have bought him wanting Elphaba's pussy more than Jonathan's.
His eyes are like 2 buttons, comma, pejorative.
I'm sorry. sorry. He could get it. He's laying it down. I know he is.
Yeah, he can.
He's laying it down, and I would have bought him as Fierro. Look at the one down next to him with as Bach, like directly diagonal under.
You are not going to sell me on this man.
That next one with the candle.
This.
Yeah.
You're not going to sell me on this. That's not him as Bach. It's his.
No, I was saying next to that. Next to him as Bach.
Oh, you mean no.
This is the photo I'm talking about. That I could have bought. No, not that. No, that.
Okay. That. Pro tip: if you're trying to sell me on a man, but every photo we click on isn't supporting your case.
That's what I would. No, the other one I was saying I could buy as Fierro. I could buy that as Fierro.
Yeah, if you. This is, I don't say this lightly. This is the worst thing you've ever said to me. This is like.
I love how mad she is at me about this.
I don't think I've ever been as mad at you about anything else in my life. What are you okay? Do we need to call someone?
No, I stand on that.
I would stand on it. I would walk over it to get to 7-Eleven. I don't like.
No, I stand on it. I think he could. I think he should have been Fierro.
I don't think you deserve Wicked. I mean, he could have been Fierro. They'll kill you for that.
Whatever. Come for me. My mom was on Broadway. She was in 8 Broadway shows and in the original cast of Working, and I think she'd agree with me. I'll have her phone in on this.
You know what? Can we call your mom right now?
Yeah.
We're calling your mom right now.
Okay.
Call your mom. We need to ask her.
Where's my phone?
Where's your phone? I'm not joking. We have to end this.
We're gonna call my mom. Okay, so my mom was in 8 Broadway shows. She was in the original cast of Working, which is Stephen Schwartz's musical. She was also in Pippin. She was in Dancin'. Bob Fosse hired her at 18, right out of the pink one.
So we're gonna ask your mom if
who's a Broadway queen.
If Ethan Slater could have played Fierro.
Hi.
Okay, you're on the podcast.
No.
We have a really important question to ask you.
Kristin is demanding that I call you right now.
It's really important we ask you this question.
Because she's so mad at me about this take I just had. Okay. What? Okay, she's okay. Do you think this is a crazy hot take that I think Ethan Slater, who played Bach in Wicked, would have been a better Fierro than Jonathan?
Oh. No.
See? Bitch! You are out of your freaking mind. Even your mom knows that's not true.
Okay, explain.
Wait. Even though Jonathan is, crunchy forehead, needs a lot of Botox, he looked way too old for this part, let's face it. She looked like she was in high school. He looked like he was 40. Okay. The fact that he sang and he danced, okay, I could get by it. However, the guy who played SpongeBob on Broadway, who is the redhead, who I adore, I think he's incredibly talented, has zero sex appeal.
Yes!
Now, wait, Jonathan, this is all spawning because I said that he was really hot, Mom, and he was my craziest hear me out, that he could get it.
No.
I think he should leave it.
No. Listen, there are a lot of other people I would have cast besides Jonathan Bailey, but if those are my only 2 choices, I think Bailey did a fine job.
Bitch. All right, that's all we needed. I was hoping you were going to agree with me, but fine.
You like redheads, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do. I have a theory that they have historically big cocks. All right, I love you, Mom. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
That's getting clipped.
And if that gives you any insight into my family dynamic, that was it.
That was crazy. I don't think I've ever said the word cock within 50 miles of anyone I'm related to. I would run across the state line and be like, cock. And then be like, all right, I can go back to Thanksgiving now.
Yeah, no, that's my family.
That was so funny. Yeah. We need to call in your mom more frequently.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. She wants to come in to like
your mom
record
we need to call your mom to like settle arguments more frequently.
Okay.
That's
we
really
can
funny.
be a recurring bit.
This is I guess we can have our daily heated rivalry discussion.
Oh yeah, our daily.
Time for our episode heated rivalry discussion. Even though, because
heated
everyone
rivalry.
wants that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because Dylan Walsh plays Hudson Williams' dad in Heated Rivalry. And Dylan Walsh is best known for being Dr. Sean McNamara on Nip Tuck, which is a show that I was a PA on in the late 2000s. I have two things to say about this. The first thing is that Dylan Walsh is a very nice man.
Oh, really?
He's a very nice man.
That makes me so happy.
He's such a nice man. Okay, so I have a story that I don't know. Well, maybe I should tell it on the pod. Fuck it. But basically, there was a woman who was doing a guest arc on the show who was out of her freaking mind. And to cut like a very long story short, she basically like she like kind of singled me out as being like, "What's wrong with you, fatty?" Like she was very like weirdly abusive about my appearance in front of people.
Oh my god!
In like a very
Can we out her?
Sorry?
Can we out her?
Yeah, it was I don't care anymore. I cared at the time. I don't really care. But anyway, so then it was a whole thing. Well, okay, in that case, I'm not going to tell too much about the rest of the story.
Oh, we can cut her name then.
But anyway, so like she was. Well, here's the thing. It was. You could probably figure out who it was, honestly. But it was a whole thing, and like it kind of became like a thing amongst like the crew where they're just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry it's happened to you. Like, what the hell?" And at the time, this is like kind of one of my first jobs in Hollywood, and so I thought like, "Oh, this is just what it's like. Actresses just say terrible things to you in front of everyone."
I mean,
but like they were like, "No, it was super inappropriate. Like, she shouldn't have done that."
Yeah.
And then I think like
they shouldn't.
Yeah, and so like at the end of the summer, when I went back to grad school because I worked there during the summer, basically like the production staff, they bought me a digital camera, which was really nice. And then they basically had everyone send me like little like goodbye messages on the digital camera. It was so nice. And they had Dylan Walsh do one shirtless, which was so funny.
Yummy.
It was so fun. Do you
still have the camera? Do you still have any of this?
No, I lost it. I know. Devastating. I was devastated. I lost it like probably like 15 years ago. Devastating. I know. Cause like this is like Dylan Walsh in like his prime too.
Yeah.
So like this is like prime Dylan Walsh. So anyway, so they caught him and he's just like shirtless and he's saying like, "Oh my god, like you're so best, and, like you're so nice, and like honestly, like we've loved having you, and like you have been like such a hard worker, and everyone loves you." And then we're gonna bleep this out. We're gonna bleep my name, bleep this. But he was like, "Is this?" He's like, "You know what? Fuck it. I don't care." He's like, "Fuck her." And I was just like, oh my god. Dylan Walsh, what a nice man.
King.
What a nice man. Like, so, I mean, I don't know if you've watched Nip Tuck.
No, I haven't.
Oh my god. He is so hot in that show. It's crazy. Yeah, like, very nice man.
I remember my parents used to watch it, and that was like one of the shows I wasn't allowed to watch.
Oh,
but they were like, Law and Order SVU, that's fine.
It's so dirty.
Yeah.
It's so dirty. But anyway, he did not have to be nice to me.
No.
This man did not have to be nice to me, and he was routinely the kindest man.
But see, this is a testament as to why in any workplace, I think this goes beyond that. Like, you never know who you're working with.
Yes.
And like, that person in 10 to 15 years could be on a podcast who's a PA and have either nice or horrible things to say about you. And so treating people with kindness, it behooves you. It's not only a good spiritual practice, but I think it also behooves you as for your career.
Yeah, like Dylan Walsh didn't know that like that fat little PA wearing cargo shorts was like going to be on this podcast.
Or on BuzzFeed.
Or on BuzzFeed.
You know?
He didn't know that.
Yeah.
I could have been nobody. But like apparently, I mean, but anyway, so he was on... So he plays Hudson Williams. He plays Shane Hollander's dad. And it's so funny because like in Nip Tuck, so like we talk a lot about queerbaiting in media, about how like a lot, and like to be clear, when we're talking about queerbaiting, we're talking about when shows and artistic properties queerbait. Humans cannot queerbait. That is not what queerbaiting is. Queerbaiting is when a show basically alludes to some sort of homosexual relationship between its characters that it has no intention of fulfilling, that it has no intention of validating, but basically to like sort of earn the loyalty of a fandom without actually having to do the work of actual queer representation. That is what queerbaiting is. And boy, was Nip Tuck the queerbaitiest show. It was a queerbaiting show. I will just say that to the point where like they had a dream sequence in the show.
Yeah.
Where Dylan Walsh and Gillian McMahon, who was the other doctor on the show, basically like in the dream sequence, they were together and they were like at like this gay resort together. And like they were like kind of dealing with like, oh, this is what it's like that it was like, oh my gosh, we're together and like it's crazy that we're like a couple. Like it's a dream sequence, like it's not real. And then like later on in the show, like they have like they fuck like the same woman at the same time.
And you're like, nah.
It's like they did a lot of that where it was just like they couldn't have them be gay, but like they could kind of have them like sort of circle the thing. And so I think it's funny because people from in the Heated Rivalry fandom now are kind of discovering all of these like late 2000s photo shoots of Dylan Walsh and Gillian McMahon from like all the Nip Tuck press runs where they're like deep in each other's shit, where they're like all over each other. And it's very just like, it's really like, oh, like Shane's dad was also doing it. It's like, yeah, it's so funny because it's like, yeah, like they really, I mean, like there was a lot of walking so that others could run going on here.
I love that.
But it is funny to watch this show now because I do remember at the time, like, you know, back when Ryan Murphy first started making shows like this, like you couldn't make shows where two hot guys fucked.
Yeah, no, they were, especially not on FX or like a big,
which is crazy because FX it's like,
I know, you can do whatever,
you do whatever you want on FX,
except show true gay media and gay representation.
But anyway, this is, I don't know what point I'm making here. I think I'm just telling a story about.
No, we had to have our weekly
weekly rivalry.
Heated Rivalry.
Oh, I did a Heated Rivalry comedy show last week.
I saw. How was it?
It was so fun. I did a PowerPoint. I know, which we'll secretly laugh about, and a thing that like 4 people will laugh about with us and no one else will get. But I did a PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint was all of my Heated Rivalry.
Are you now a PowerPoint comic? Are people hitting you up to do PowerPoint-based shows now?
Am I being pigeonholed? I will never work in clubs again.
They don't have the systems.
They don't have the
AV.
No one understands what we're talking about, but that we're having a good time. I did a PowerPoint. The PowerPoint was all my Heated Rivalry phone backgrounds ranked by how embarrassing they would be if seen at a job interview.
What was the most embarrassing?
Well, obviously the one where they're just like fully fucking with like butts out on camera. But this is one of my favorites, honestly, that like I think that I'm just gonna show it to you because like why the fuck not? What? Oh, here it is. So we'll show it on screen, but basically it's Shane waking up Ilya, and like the title of it says Rosanov, wake up, I need to nurse. And I was like, and so this one I ranked 7th actually, because this one does come with a legal loophole in that it is illegal to shame a breastfeeding mother.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm. And it is a good way to learn about the company's maternity policies.
This is true.
Yes, this is true.
I think the next guy I have sex with, I'm going to say, pull your pants down, I need to nurse.
Glad we don't have your mother on for this part.
Oh, she can hear it.
She can hear, yeah.
She watches all these episodes.
She does? Yeah, this is my current phone background.
Oh. It's just like, it should be illegal. We have to cut this, but I have such a crush on.
Really? Why?
Because he's like a weirdo.
You're.
I know I'm sick. I'm really, really sick. Like I hope through this podcast you realize like how mentally ill I am. Like that's like.
I don't know if I needed this podcast to know that. I think that we know how mentally ill you are. I love that we called your mother in the middle of this one. That's really
okay.
What's chud maxing?
Okay, so there is Gen Z terms. Okay.
Can you tell we're trying to figure out new segments?
Yeah.
And we're not doing a good job of coming up with theme songs for them.
It's all the same.
It's the same. This is really good. We should definitely.
Okay, so there is a new term. The incels are now, there's now a new like kind of branch of incel, but they're not incels, they're chuds.
Okay.
They're the opposite of chads.
Okay.
So they are like, they're still trying to get at the girls, but they're weird and they're creepy online about it, and they like don't take good care of themselves. They're the opposite of the chads. And so chud maxing is now leaning into that, you know, hey baby, how you doing online? Like creepy behavior online, not taking care of themselves, not showering regularly, not caring about what they look like.
To what end?
Death, I think. I mean, I think just eventual.
So is chud maxing a pejorative term?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not something someone would claim proudly.
Correct.
Okay, so to say that someone is chud maxing is to insult them.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Because the chud is the opposite of the chad.
Okay, so you're chud maxing.
You're chud maxing.
Got it.
Are you catcalling women and you know, haven't showered in days?
Here's my question.
You're chud maxing.
How is this coming up for you?
Someone told me about it, and I said, please explain what a chud max is. Please explain what this means.
Chud maxing sounds like a verb, right?
Yes.
To chud max is a verb.
Yes.
A chud is the noun.
Correct.
To chud max is the verb. Correct.
So I believe someone sent me a reel, and I went, what does this mean? And they explained it to me, and they were like, "This is the opposite. This is the branch off of an incel. It's no longer an incel. It's a chud."
Why is it no longer an incel?
Because the incels hate the women. They're not trying to fuck the women.
Oh.
They've given up on fucking the women. Oh. They'd rather just send mean comments online.
Whereas chuds
are still trying.
Are still trying with the women, but not trying on themselves.
Correct.
Okay, so actually, I would argue that chuds just need a little love.
They do.
Chuds just need a little, you know, you could adopt one. No, you shouldn't adopt one. But like someone should adopt. Maybe a therapist should adopt one.
Yeah, $1 a day could save your local chud.
They're just going to buy Kit Kats. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so a chud, I feel like a chud is an incel with hope.
Correct. Well, because these incels hates women, blames women for women not wanting to fuck them,
which is bad. Whereas a chud sort of takes ownership of the situation, but owns their own desires.
Yes.
But can't necessarily. But I would argue a chud is just a depression person.
I think so. Yeah.
And that's something it's
curable.
I relate to that. I would say I probably chud max more than I would like. I probably chud maxing right now.
No, don't say that about yourself.
Well, but I think that you know, based on this definition of it, a chud is someone with a heart of gold who just can't get there, right?
I guess
it's someone who, you know, can't get themselves together, but isn't necessarily like a bad self to get together in the first place.
Correct. Yeah? I think so. Yeah, but you're not a chud.
Yeah, but I feel affinity for the chud.
You feel an affinity.
I feel affinity for the chud. I think the chud. You know, the chud is our friend.
The chud is our friend.
We
welcome chuds.
We welcome the chud. The chud. You know, I think we all have a little chud in us.
That's what it is.
You know, I'm 5% chud on my mom's side.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I think chud is that's
I'm
relatable.
5% on my dad's.
Yeah, it's relatable. Okay,
yeah.
I think that if anything, I like chuds more than chads, because like chads I don't relate to at all.
No, chads are assholes.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't like that guy. This
is a safe space for chuds.
Yes, this is very much a safe place for chuds, because honestly, my body is a safe space for chuds. We can't do beer episodes ever again.
Chud maxing refers to a term often ironically used or in alt-right circles, referencing the adoption of stereotypical chud, boorish, aggressive, or alt-right behaviors. Oh, so it's a pejorative term for alt-right people.
So basically, I think it's okay. So basically, a chud is a rebranded incel.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's ignore everything I just said.
Yeah, you're not a chud.
If you're a chud who wants to get better.
Yeah, if you're a chud who wants to be deprogrammed.
If you're a chud who wants to be deprogrammed, yes.
This podcast is actually a deprogramming operation for chuds. I actually think hot take. We could deprogram a lot of chuds if they just watch our podcast.
I agree with that. I think I just like to say I think a lot of guys think that women want guys with big dicks. I think a lot
because that's what I say.
Well, I know, but here's the thing: I am older than you, and I've been in the world for 12 years more than you have, and as someone who will claim that for a second. I think that most women do not care about height and dicks and jobs as much as they care about chemistry.
No, yeah, that's true. The magician is 5'8".
The thing I wish I could tell all men is the thing that matters the most is chemistry.
It is.
Is the only thing that matters.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that matters. And if you have chemistry, the
rest fills in for itself.
So first advice question. All right, what kind of soup do I buy? Great question. You're going to buy the roasted red pepper tomato soup from Trader Joe's. Go get it, okay? Go get it. You're going to love it. It's the perfect soup. There is not a better ready-to-make soup on the planet, all right? That's it. The end.
Literally just came in.
Okay, show me. What is it? Read it.
Okay. How do I get over my ex when she's in my career field and I see her everywhere?
How do I get over my ex when she's in my career field and I see her all the time? Okay. All right.
That's tough.
It's not that tough. Okay. Listen, I'm someone who basically has unrequited crushes constantly. It's maybe too many, maybe too many, which means I have to get over people all the time. I am of this opinion. I think the best way to get over someone, if you haven't already, is to just tell them how you feel. Because
but this is different than a crush.
Let me I'm working on it.
All right.
Let me work through the...
All right.
Let me cook.
All right, I'll let her cook.
I'm not done. Okay. The first thing is that if you have not... Because I think this is broad, right?
Yeah.
I think the first thing you can do is to tell that person how you feel, okay? That is the best way to kill it. Because as soon as you do that, you'll get closure, and then you psychologically can move on to the next thing. If this is an ex, if this is someone that you've dated but may have unresolved issues with, it might behoove you to have a conversation with where you get a little bit of closure. Because it's possible you don't have all the closure you need yet.
That's a good point.
It's possible you don't have it. Now, that may not be an option available to you because you might have done something stupid that made it so that person never wants to talk to you again, in which case, why are you asking me for advice? Go work on yourself. But, if you feel like it might be helpful for you to get a little bit of closure on your life with regards to how things played out, with regards to things you might have done, I think that get as much closure as is offered to you, if that's available to you. So that's where I was going with that. The second thing is that, and this is the maladjusted person in me, I think you should work on being the best in your fields you could possibly be, because there's nothing better than revenge, baby. I've built an entire life on being a person didn't like me. Well, that's fine. I'll just be better than they could ever possibly fucking imagine. And so far, it's kind of working out for me because I look at all the crushes I've had over my whole life, and it's yeah, I'm better than all those people now. On a long enough timeline, I win.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say.
Yeah, say something normal.
No, I do that too, and I actually think that that's the best piece of advice. Mm-hmm. It is very difficult to navigate a space that you work in when there is someone that you've dated in that space. I find that incredibly challenging. So I'm not saying that this is the right thing to do, but this is what I do in those situations. I pretend that person is dead.
That's fine.
I pretend that person does not exist. I don't make eye contact. I avoid them like the plague.
That's fine. That's good.
I put up a wall where it's I won't even look at the person.
Yeah.
Because emotionally, I can't handle it. And I can't stay in that space because I feel so deeply and I hurt so badly. I cannot share a space with them, emotionally. So I have to pretend that they are not there. And if they are around me, I look through them. I don't look at them. I look through them. I avoid eye contact. It is very cold. It's not, you won't have a relationship with this person or a friendship But I am not someone who is capable of having friendships with people that I have dated unless I have ended it and it has been my choice. And I feel that I feel that I can do it. I have one ex that I am friends with, and that is it. Because I ended it and it was like completely my choice. So otherwise, I'm quite a scorned lover. Otherwise, and so I have to wall myself off and pretend like they don't exist, and that's the way that I handle it. I'm not saying that that's right, but it has helped me navigate those shared spaces.
I think you're more emotionally healthy than me. Because I was like, oh, that's good advice. Whereas I was just like, I don't know, be really good at what you do, and then go flirt with other people. I mean,
I do that too.
I have a different, because here's the thing, like if I am heartbroken by someone in my immediate
vicinity,
in my immediate professional vicinity, my reaction is not to shut down. My reaction is to redirect those feelings to something else. Either I redirect, it's like, so my best friend says, I think I've told you this before, but my best friend says that I am a lot like a shark, and that like I feel like if I stop moving, I will die. And so when I start getting like hyper obsessed with professional things to obfuscate from my emotional feelings, she'll say I'm doing this thing called sharking out. So she'll be like, Kristin, you're sharking out, and it's. But I think sharking out is good because like
I think it's healthy too.
It's I don't stop moving. Like it's like, oh, you don't like me. Oh, you've broken my heart. Oh, you've hurt my feelings. Oh, you've like made everything in my emotional space unsafe. That's okay. I'm going to focus on being the best at this job I possibly can be. And I'm going to focus on flirting with people who are not you. And I'm going to be fabulous and amazing in your vicinity. And you're just going to have to deal with the fact that you'll never have access to me ever again.
That part. I think excel at what you do, focus on that, and remove access from yourself.
I remove access.
Remove access.
I remove access.
Yeah.
I do not play around with that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I remove access immediately.
Block on socials. Don't let them see your stories. Like I do that because I'm like, I can't handle having access to me. And I do that in on the internet, and then I also do that in person. I think you just have to remove.
I should say there's a caveat. Are you a person who's in a position of power and the person that you dated has much less power than you, and you removing access hurts them in a professional capacity? That is different.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You got to be cool. You got to be cool and chill. You got to be cool and chill. But if you're like, you're both civil. Yeah. Civil, friendly. Like, don't do something where you use your power to like isolate them from other people. Like you can't do that. Like that's not cool. So this is advice that I think is based on being equals.
Yes.
So I have a bidet my friend got for me, and I totally understand the need for a clean ass, but I just don't get the whole bidet thing. I hate having the feeling of a wet butt. Am I a bad gay? Please help.
Perfect one to end on.
Perfect. Okay.
You're not a bad gay.
You're not a bad gay. You have to get used to it. So like it's once you honestly, here's the thing about a bidet that I want to express to everyone. A bidet is not just about cleanliness. It's also about butt health. Washing your butt with water and using that to get yourself clean is so much less irritating than wiping, because that skin is very sensitive. And so if I can't implore to you as a gay man, like, you know, for, I guess, like clean reasons, I would like to implore as like a person who doesn't want an irritated anal passage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is so much better for you. Health-wise, it's so much better for, honestly, the environment, because like, you use less toilet paper. Like, once you start using a bidet and you notice that, like, you're just less irritated down there, you'll never go back. Like, when I'm on the road, I'm just like, oh my God, when am I getting back to my bidet? I always say this on the phone. I'm like, I want to get back to my bed, my bidet, and my Betty.
My 3 Bs.
My 3 Bs. And Bree is always just like, my name starts with B. I'm not included in that.
The rule of 3s, Bree.
I know. It's like, sorry. What are you going to replace? The bed? The bidet?
Yeah.
You're not a bad gay. I think it's like we culturally as Americans are not used to bidets. And like, It just takes a little bit of practice, but it's just better for you. It's just better for you.
Also, aren't there some bidets that have a little bit like the blow dry?
It doesn't. The blow dryer doesn't really work that well. It doesn't. I think you just have to fold up the toilet paper and just like pat, 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 just like pat, 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 dry. Like, you know, it's less than like the scraping. The scraping isn't good for you, and you know the scraping isn't good for you, and you want your butt to be healthy. So just, you know,
you're not a bad gay.
You're not a bad gay. You're just, you know, this is just new. It's a new experience.
You just gotta get used to a wetter butt.
Also, like, you don't have to have a wet butt. You can dry the butt.
Yeah. You can pat, pat, pat.
Also, some people keep clean washcloths by the toilet to pat, pat, pat. So, like, if you don't want to use toilet paper.
But don't put them back.
Well, obviously don't put them back. Oh my God. Don't put it's a stack. Like, it's like and
then you put a little waste, like not a waste basket, but like
they go in the hamper.
A hamper.
Like, you know how at a nice restaurant where they have like the dry hand towels and you put them in the
people
little
are putting those on their ass.
No, they're not. But you know, you could do the same thing in your home. It's just, you know, it doesn't have to be wet. You can get it dry. Just pat, pat, pat.
Yeah. Or just spread your cheeks and get a blow dryer in there.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
okay, that's been nice. Cool. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. It's the #1 way podcasts get around. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Please turn on notifications on YouTube so that you get notified every time we have a new episode.
All right, we're done. Bye.